So welcome to the tech presentation of company HansaMatrix. I'm happy to say that yes, we got listed this year, July, 12th of July. I would remember this date. The company itself is innovator and manufacturing solutions high-tech group. Okay, we just jump over disclaimer. Everyone knows what's in those. So never use this as a guidance, or well, still use it and be careful. So who has been HansaMatrix? HansaMatrix actually been around for more than 15 years today. HansaMatrix were started as a greenfield startup in the year 2000. We grown from being small to being middle-sized company. We have, during our growth, we have learned very much about technologies. We have learned how to do effective, high-tech manufacturing of electronic systems. And today, recent years, we've been, during crisis years, we've been struggling with the survival issues. However, we as a company are very stable. We have great assets in the knowledge and into created resources. We have been demonstrating last 5 years stable growth results and margins. The best base of customers, and got listed this year. So, investment case. Why should you look in such company for investment? We actually looking into sector of high-tech and IT and sector. We represent hardware manufacturing and knowledge part in it. So basically every new thing which been invented in terms of new app for your smartphone requires data centers, requires infrastructure, requires everything to connect this idea of app to the real data that needs to be physically stored, maintained, retrieved, and handled for you. So basically all that hardware you don't see, well, what you see is a mobile phone, which is again hardware. All that requires to be manufactured. And this company, despite the fact we are not doing that much in consumer, a part of products like producing phones or terminals. We do very much in infrastructure part. We do a lot of production in sector of data network infrastructure and equipment, hardware equipment for that. As a business, we started actually our growth being or declaring us as a contract manufacturer, as being kind of pure and clear contract manufacturer. First 2 years we developed in that sector, grown in terms of knowledge, grown in terms of volume, and recently we realized, despite the fact that we are very good there, we realized that our further growth actually lays into increasing knowledge and actually investing into intellectual property knowledge, how to develop these hardware products. So we are at the moment we are one of the leading Baltic and Nordic companies in terms of technology in manufacturing. We are not the largest one in terms of turnovers, but we are certainly in top 3 in technologies we deploy and qualities we can deliver to our customers. Our strengths lay if you're talking like we are at the same time tech company and the same time we are manufacturing company. So our key assets lay into human capital, knowledge, combined with a quite high levels of investment required for performing this manufacturing part. Our strategy is investing in knowledge and growing assets, manufacturing assets. And as I say, in the same angle, we looking into those two focuses, we have to also consider where do we get the capital to invest. So as a company, we started as being private, and we whole our life enjoyed private equity investors. So being involved in all reporting and being involved in decision making, in a kind of open decision making or transparent decision making process. So we didn't need to change really anything to be listed. And our basically next like decade, we will develop, will be step by step going to transform into more knowledge-based company. Investments. Investing in us, you would be investing into experienced and technically skilled company, and you will be investing in a good technical platform for development. A little bit going back into more facts. I already described a little bit company history. We have right now on slide last 5 years table, which shown us quite good growth story with average growth per year at least 20%. How does it happen? How do we get it? Some people ask, how do you manage it? Where do you get your customers, basically? And I would say we are getting our customers. I can answer you right now. Everyone it's no any secret. We are getting customers with very good references. New customers come on references from existing customers. So that's the professional circles are those channel which delivers us this growth. Being you have to deliver what you promise. You have to deliver good quality work. You have to deliver on time. You have to deliver honestly. Also, you have to solve problems in honest way and tell about them to your customers that such things exist. So all those values or all those aspects are very critical or important to play in kind of to grow company. I just want to also point your attention that this morning we released quarter 3 results, and we'll be having webinar next Monday at 4 p.m. So I won't spend much time now. Just few charts are on a slide. That again we prove that we are a growth company. We're delivering sales growth 20% year to year in a quarter and year to year in a 9-month period. And you're warmly, and also we see below results that you can study yourself a little bit. I will touch those figures more in Monday webinar. So you are warmly welcome to register. It's Monday, 28th of November, 4 p.m. EET. About again going back to company, we have history. As I said already, beginning more than 50 years, over 50 years experience. We have a lot of milestones listed here. It's not just story about kind of being good of soldering or being good of assembling or being good of something. We also do we did our corporate development story. We've been building factories. We've been opening new factories. We've been buying companies. We've been participating in M&A things. We've been selling companies. We've been issuing bonds. We've been We've been buying back bonds. We've been moving into other markets. We've been coming back, and finally, we have involved private equity investors on few occasions, and we've been doing management buyout, and finally we got listed. So, but if you go more recent developments that our focus, as I say, we are right now starting next decade development, and of course we want to be larger as a company. We want to be more noticeable. So of course everyone talks figures, turnovers, and profits. So last 2 years we started 2 development projects, which is capital development projects. In a way, it requires capital. Beginning of last year, we purchased a land plot in campus in Ogre, next to our existing plant. That in coming years we will be extending our manufacturing facility there. And also this year we completed a deal within a company, Zinātnes Parks, who is where HansaMatrix is 24% shareholder, and also HansaMatrix is providing investment for that company. Just we acquired 4.5 hectare land lease and building site for building high-tech science park in Riga International Airport. So these are the recent events, maybe. Which market sectors and products? The slide a little bit shows insight. So being contract manufacturer, means also that sometimes your contracts are made and executed on confidentiality base. So we are not really telling who are our customers, and customers are not telling who are our suppliers, which could be a good sign that they are very, very kind of value very high, so no one else gets that. Yeah. So nevertheless, we can show several sectors where we are active. One of sectors we are active it is data network products, which includes wireless and networking, equipment. This is hardware I mentioned in very beginning of presentation regarding your all these days information things, your services you are using. And another area which for us is quite large, it's industrial, commercial, professional products. There are different diversified sub-sectors we are active. We have customers manufacturing electricity meters, water meters. So metering in Europe is very large and being big business opportunity for coming years. We are in a market of different other equipments. Also, we've been producing equipments for oil and exploration, mineral exploration areas, which, as you know, with the low oil prices are a little bit right now investments are on a hold for a while, but at some point, of course, will return. Then we are having other areas like personal safety and very recently started sector of Internet of Things. No one really knows what it is, but generally everyone says that's a good thing to invest. So it's very different things together, very different things. So smart actually metering of everything is this part of Internet of Things, because these are information kind of coming to for consumption coming through these internet networks. Two new areas we are starting. We are very small. It's medical sector and defense security. We are at this moment having quite small fraction of business with those, but we have a lot of number of new projects that we're working on that will come probably into figures in future times. So there are some examples of customers. Maybe this is not so critical or important maybe to touch those. But then second, this slide tells innovation and ODM. This year we actually started, it started a little bit last year, but this year much more. Started to develop intellectual property things and started to develop business model which is called ODM, which means Original Design Manufacturing, which stands for the fact that you as a company developing some technical solution or some idea in form of hardware that you develop for certain customer or for group of customers or certain application that you can customize for each maybe customer, but invention is done by you basically, and you hold certain rights in this invention. And customer, you have this supplier-customer relationship, and customer kind of pays you for manufacturing a product and also pay you some royalty for that invention which is put there. So basically, investment is done by our company in such case, Actually, this is very, very trendy thing right now in Singapore and Far East developed markets, when historically a lot of contract manufacturing companies are becoming ODM companies. So we think that business idea as such has good value, and this is next step where we are developing. Of course, this you have a lot of issues. You have to issue how to do it right, how to do analysis, how you do investment valuation, how you really represent this into your figures, and how you basically get your how you measure this economic result of this. I think it's still coming also in our figures. But there are some areas we have developed some IP and some knowledge on products. Of course, who develops? Engineering team. At this moment, our engineering team have grown at approximately 20 members. So some of them are very skilled. Actually, in our engineering team, we are having 5 PhDs working for us. It actually qualifies us, Latvian Ministry of Education, other side of the street, it qualifies as a scientific institution, if we would like to be like this. But nevertheless, we have very good deep competence in optics, electronics, also very good competence in test systems and IoTs, and also mechanics. So all those things together allow us to deliver or make quite complex designs or development of products and also development of technologies. And areas we are very deeply or very far ahead, maybe in a global scale. One is area we've been working for several years already for our spin-off startup company, Lightspace Technologies, where also HansaMatrix is owning shares right now. We've been developing technical solution for this device, and we are very ahead of others in the use of high-speed projection systems. And so we've seen this just going to technical conferences. We are presenting issues and no one else understands what they are. Sometimes it's maybe not that good. But nevertheless, these are areas we have developed components and will capitalize that on coming years. Team, key people. This what we are seeing here is our governance slide. So company is very lean in a sense of decisions. We have 3 people board. Actually, it's myself. It's my colleague Alvis Vagalis, who is in company since 2008 already. Well, next year, in 2 years, will be 10 years. And Aldis Cimochka, who joined recently, a few years to the company. Aldis is responsible for development operation in Ogre, and Aldis is responsible to develop operation in Ventspils site. Nevertheless, each has a little bit different backgrounds. None of them is from electronic, but as I say, if you are hiring your people for manufacturing, if someone says, well, I'm really interested in electronics, I said, well, you don't fit for manufacturing. Manufacturing is more to being disciplined and performing things right. So, and we have a management board, we have council, and of course, then we have departments and some chief specialists in areas. Decision, I can tell you this board is technical, engineers. These are all engineers who are making decisions. I believe we've been very good in finance too, so we are able to deliver what we are delivering. Yeah, but that's a fact. Investments. So investment focus. You know, we raised new capital during IPO. We are also attracting some debt financing for doing investments, and also we are applying for some state grants also to be put in some new things. So what's the focus? Right now, our focus is on creating new production, development, industrialization, competence, and infrastructure. I say it just comes. Infrastructure alone doesn't deliver you anything. You need competence, you need people, you need a human capital. I like this word from first presentation today. So we are developing focus high-tech science park location, and for HansaMatrix it would mean not just infrastructure, it would mean more properly built R&D site with a very high potential ability to deliver high-tech results, very good results. And a next department or unit will be a fast track or accelerator factory that will produce first articles of products that will be invented by our R&D team, or potentially several startups or several our customers, maybe which want to locate their labs around us in the science park. that's the focus. Some investments would go to Ogre factory extension, and also both factories really requires some growth because business is growing. So we will gradually, step by step, increase the capacity, reduce bottlenecks, and we are kind of saying that overall investments we expect will total up to around 10 million euros with different varying sources of that. Dividend policy. Company intends to pay dividends, despite fact this is a growth story and growth company. We really would like to accommodate to make comfort for pension funds and similar funds that so we have some dividend more than maybe you get in deposit, just to cover your some certain commissions and some costs to hold our shares. We don't promise they will be very high, but we promise they will be. And decisions on the levels will be decided when as we say, Latin chickens count in the autumn. So we will decide this after end of year. So what we are saying about guidance, we don't give you very, very precise guidance by quarters or by years. So you have to make decisions based on what we say our strategic or directions, development directions are. What we say is that we can give you guidance that turnover will grow to 20 million in 2018, which is 2 years from now. EBITDA margins might gradually decrease in percentage, but they will grow in absolute figures. Nevertheless, company expects this to be higher than basic EMS peers. So, as I say, we are converting from being EMS to becoming more knowledge-based company with 3 levels of innovation. One level would be like just R&D work, just directly work we sell to our customers. Second level will be investment in ODM assets, and third level will be investment in companies where we have technological synergy. So all 3 levels should deliver much more than just basic EMS margins. But again, it's not investing today will not deliver a result next quarter, but you have to wait some years to materialize or monetize that. Yeah, market conditions probably not change so much. Again, we might. I would say some turbulence in market helps us to grow, because on every move, we are getting some new leads from or new requests for potential customers. They see some weakness in supply chains or weakness in partners, and I think our focus on developing hardware and developing and growing in complexity and knowledge, that gives us abilities to do things that others don't do, and that will give us, I would say, long-term strategic advantage in markets. So, yeah, I probably won't comment market conditions so much. Our closest listed peers are, maybe these were identified as, we have two companies here being EMS or contract manufacturing, and we are one company, like Kitron Norway, it's a similar company doing contract manufacturing with big share of production into defense sector. Data Response is a Norwegian company with a focus in developing of products and managing supply chain, but not doing manufacturing themselves. Note is again a good example of historically well-developed contract manufacturing with all the problems related to that. And TT Electronics is a UK company which has both, which has product groups and which has contract manufacturing group within one company. So these are probably some closest peers to us. I would say TT is more closest friend, like one direct, but looking, comparing us, that you need to take first two together, then you are having us at this point. Yeah, you were saying that it's very nice, and yeah, I'm finishing now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ladies, thank you for your attention. So,
okay. So, questions? Anything from anyone here present? Kādi jautājumi?
Jā, es varu latviski atbildēt.
Jā. Tā, lūdzu.
You are listed 5 months already, so I have a very basic question. How do you feel? Has something been changed? Attitude from customers, from business partners, or whatsoever?
I think it would take time to realize that for a number of them. Some didn't realize that. What I feel forever, I still have stress when we need to submit reports, but now I was planned. We did this morning publish results. This time it's much better managed, so time was sufficient for everything. I still find few spelling mistakes when I read it. But okay, this is time will sort out. So I think we feel pretty comfortable at the moment, and but I think it's the gains are still coming. It's too early, really, to give kind of good summary. Yeah, but thank you for the question.
Vēl kādi jautājumi? Tā, šeit viens jautājums ir, have you ever considered development and production of your own brand products?
Yes, I actually tried to answer here. Our brand will be only high-tech brand in a sense that we will deliver competence, we'll deliver manufacturing services, but the brands will be maybe companies that we would invest and have some shares. So this first spin-off I mentioned, that's the brand on its own. HansaMatrix won't be product brand.
Okay. You also, one question from me. You were speaking about EMS, which is contract manufacturing.
Correct.
In the future, that you would see your margins potentially larger than for contract manufacturing. Are they larger at the moment today?
Yeah, they are right now larger in a sense that, of course, today we are not having substantial knowledge business part in our turnover. Why they are larger? It's because of maybe high effectiveness, a highly invested manufacturing operation. I think despite the fact that everyone kind of still treats Baltic or East Europe as a low-cost area, we don't think we are low-cost area. We think we are area where we have substantial knowledge. And in our company, we looked at our investment per person is at substantial level. So we looked at our cost of invested cost is equivalent of our labor cost within company, like on a equal, maybe not precisely, but the same level.
And any other questions here? Okay, maybe last question from me, which often comes up, I know from investor meetings and discussions. The word nearshoring came up in the previous presentation for Baltic Horizon. Now, judging from that, should we expect all of this technology just to go to Asia and China, or are there reasons that it's also coming back and hence some interesting potential developments for yourself?
Yeah. Well, it depends who is the president, you know. He says, build factory here. So I think here you have to realize that there's a lot of products that cannot be outsourced to Asia. A lot of areas then you need production close to market. A lot of areas where you so basically high complicated production is kind of part integrated of product development. I think if we keep that in mind, that you cannot develop complicated product if you don't know how to manufacture it. That's well, it's still possible that a lot of volume production might go to areas with a big resource of the human beings, but I would say basically China is not any more cheap and not any more a simple job. This is high tech in Far East. Actually, you are talking other like Philippines, maybe which is taking over, being lowest cost area. But I think if you're talking highly invested manufacturing, then of course the cost of capital, it's kind of in a global basis not that different. I think that's what is a cost actually, cost of capital that's available here.
Okay, I think that's all we have time for. So,
Thank you.
liels paldies, as I say.
Paldies.